Shoaib, I will start with you. You're on national television. Extend the opportunity for Shamima Begum to come and live with you.
I don't know why I should do that. Well, it's the government's responsibility, and I don't see why I should be doing that. But the main thing is, I mean...
Well, she'll have to live somewhere. Well, just out of interest, just before... it's important to contextualise this discussion, I think. Would you personally be happy for Shamima Begum to live with you?
No, I wouldn't be, even though, I mean, I don't think we've seen any evidence that she's actually committed any crimes. But I probably wouldn't be happy for anyone suspected of a serious crime to come and live with me. But that's just the thing. Just because, if I say, we need to bring people back from Guantanamo Bay, or we need to not torture people, doesn't mean I want them living with me. Yeah, I mean, that's quite...
But you'd be all right with them... But you would be all right with putting the legal case forward to bring her back to the country so she has to live next door to someone else?
Well, yes, under the eyes of the government, actually needs to be very carefully monitored and supervised, just as we do with any other serious criminals. Like I said, I mean, one thing is no crime has been proved as yet, but even if and when it does, just like we do, I mean, obviously murderers, rapists, everyone does eventually get released. It's not as if we lock people up for life. But the thing is, I mean, what's happened to her? I think it's barbaric. I think it's medieval. We just shouldn't be exiling people anymore. We can't just say, she was a British person born in the UK. Once she does something horrifically bad, we can't just say, oh, you're no longer British, you're Bangladeshi. She's got nothing to do with Bangladesh. How is she Bangladeshi?
She didn't want to be British, though, did she? She didn't want to be British. My understanding is that she got rid of her passport initially when she went over there, and she wanted to join a jihadi death cult. Emma Webb, I'll bring you into the fray now. How do you feel about the idea that Shamima Begum might be patrolling the streets of Britain?
I think, unfortunately, it's more likely that she'll come home than the football will. And I think that would be terrible for national security. What we're seeing now playing out in the courts is due process. I think that the government have far more information at their disposal than we do when it comes to the sort of security risk that she poses. We've seen the tip of the iceberg in terms of some of the accusations that witnesses have levelled against her, which are quite horrific, by the way. And I think the point is that the age of criminal responsibility in this country is 10. As your reporter said there, she was an articulate 15-year-old girl, very much above the age of criminal responsibility. At the time when she chose to travel, that was just the year after a series of people had been very publicly beheaded. James Foley, Alan Henning, these things were all across the media at the time. And we were already aware of the genocide that was being committed against Shia Muslims, against Yazidis and against Christians in Iraq and Syria. So she knew what she was going to do. And her story has changed multiple times while this has been reported on. At first, she said that she'd actually enjoyed her time there. And it's very clear that she only bailed out of Islamic State when the state started to fail. So I don't see any reason why we would trust her and put the British public at risk to have her.
It's 100%.